The first thing that hit me was the scent, jasmine. It used to light something in me. Remind me of when we were still in love. Now it felt like a sticky film, something sweet trying too hard to cover up the rot underneath. She came in through the door, voice high and cheerful, almost too cheerful for someone who claimed she'd just wrapped up a 12-hour shift at the hospital. "Hey honey. I'm home," she said, all sunshine and forced energy. Her eyes were too bright, her smile too sharp. That was Amelia. Or maybe I should say, the woman who used to be my wife. My name is Thomas, and we were married for 6 years. 6 years filled with evening walks, lazy weekend mornings, and 1,000 quiet moments I thought meant something. It turns out, they didn't mean the same to her. She always said the job kept her late, emergencies, patients needing attention, impossible schedules. And for a while, I believed her. Until the signs began piling up. Quiet phone calls she'd take in the hallway, always hushed and secretive. The way her body tensed when I touched her hand. Like the affection had become foreign. Or unwelcome. And that jasmine perfume, always clinging to her like a mask. But tonight was different. She had this jittery buzz to her movements, like she was suppressing excitement. She kissed my cheek, a quick, half-hearted gesture that missed its mark. "Long day?" I asked, watching her closely. "Exhausting," she replied with a smile. "What did you eat?" I didn't respond right away. My attention had shifted. My gaze locked onto the wall behind her, the place where something was written, something scrawled in deep, angry strokes. Red lipstick, unmistakably hers. The word liar. Not painted carefully, not artfully done. Just raw, angry, and loud. Amelia turned, her eyes following mine, and when she saw it, the color drained from her face. She stared at the word like it had struck her physically. Her mouth parted, but no sound came at first. Then, a weak whisper. "What is this?" I didn't answer. Instead, I moved to the side table where she'd just placed her purse. I picked it up, opened it, and let everything spill onto the floor. Some loose change, receipts, tampons, and then a small old flip phone. Not her usual one. Something different. Something hidden. I picked it up, flipped it open, and entered a familiar code, our wedding date. The message inbox lit up instantly. Dozens of texts. Conversations soaked in intimacy and warmth. The kind of affection she hadn't shown me in years. Most of the messages were from someone saved as J. I held the phone up. "Want to tell me what this is?" Amelia's face twisted. She started crying, loud sobs, hands covering her face. Theatrics. She'd never been good at lying, not really. "It's not what you think," she said through sobs. "It's exactly what I think," I replied, my voice like ice. "You're a liar. A cheat. You betrayed me." What happened after that was a blur. She pleaded, tried to explain, made excuses that meant nothing. My mind had detached from her months ago. I felt it now, just a sharp, focused calm. I scrolled through her calls. "Who is Jay?" I asked. Her sobs quieted. She didn't want to say it. But she knew she was caught. "James," she whispered. I nodded and walked toward the door. "Well, James is in for a surprise." I grabbed my keys, walked out into the night, and dialed the most recent number on that flip phone. "Hello." A man's voice cautious. "Hey James. This is Thomas. Amelia's husband. She's at our house right now. Why don't you come over? Let's talk." There was silence, then stammering. I hung up before he could say anything more. Minutes later, headlights appeared. I stood in the driveway, the cold air helping me stay sharp. The man who stepped out was older, maybe early 40s. Slight paunch, thinning hair. This was him. This was the man she'd chosen over me. He walked toward me, uncertainty in his eyes. "I didn't know she was married," he said weakly. "Right. I'm sure she was completely honest with you," I said with a hollow smile. "Did you not see the family photos in the house? Or was she careful to keep those hidden too?" Before he could respond, the front door opened. Amelia stood there, crying again. "Thomas, please, I can explain." I turned back to James. "Did she tell you about all those emergency shifts?" I don't know what you mean." "Of course not. Because she lies to everyone." I took out my phone and tapped on a camera feed. My home security system had been capturing everything. James saw it too. His face turned pale. Amelia stepped back inside, panicked. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a deliberate choice. Over and over. James tried to talk his way out of it, but I was done listening. I hit him. Hard. One clean punch. He collapsed to the ground, groaning. Amelia screamed. I didn't even flinch. I stepped back inside and gathered the rest of the evidence. Screenshots, logs, and other phones. 2 more actually. She'd been careful, but not careful enough. She had created a life of lies, layered like a web. I stood in front of them again, both now huddled and ashamed. Leave, I said, my voice dead calm. Both of you. You deserve each other. Amelia fell to her knees, begging one last time. James took her hand and pulled her up. They left together, silent now. I watched them walk to his car, broken and exposed. When the engine roared and they drove off, I stood alone in the driveway, feeling nothing but a strange quiet. A victory, maybe. Hollow but mine. I went back inside. The word liar still screamed from the wall. I poured myself a beer, turned on the TV, and let the sounds of canned laughter fill the room. Something to drown the silence. As I sat there, the weight of it all pressing down, I allowed myself one small, grim smile. Not because I was happy, but because, for once, I had taken control. I didn't just uncover the betrayal. I orchestrated the fall. She never saw it coming. This wasn't about anger anymore. It was about justice.